When the Bluetooth first came out, there was a joke that was on the radio about how Micronesians complain that it is discriminatory. How about the cold tube? Because that's what we use.
A lot of people comment about the things we wear, our skirts, dresses that we wear around on the streets.
The word Micronesian is used here in Hawaii like a bad name.
This is Aloha land, but sometimes it doesn't feel like Aloha. They're looking for better medical care, provide a better education for their kids. They're looking for a better life for themselves and for their family.
I own my own house. I design it, so whatever the flaws and the good about the design is all mine. I was born on Saddle Island, yeah. When I was in elementary school, my dad would always make sure that I did my homework. Using those lanterns, the coconut oil lantern, would do my homework, or in the moonlight when it's full moon out. I went to high school very serious about learning. I went to Otter Island High School in Iliti and graduated at that time. I was so excited to come to Hawaii, but as we were approaching Honolulu early in the morning, and I looked down and I just saw the lights, for some reason, like, I had a change of heart, like, what did I do? What have I just done to myself? I faced difficulties that it would have been a difficulty back home. Going to school, there was a period where I was only drinking water for 2 weeks. I didn't have any more money to buy food. I woke up one day and I said, what am I doing feeling sorry for myself? I'm a fisherman. I just gotta make time to go fishing. Came back and roast my catch and eat and survive. I enlisted when I came to University of Hawaii Hilo in 1987. I didn't have any money to pay for my tuition. My first assignment was in the Philippines, constructing all kinds of structures. I was in Iraq, and we get bombarded every day, every night. Heading back out to the station. We dedicate this work to our families at home front. who have to carry double work for them and for us. We thank them for all the hard work that they put in to make us or to help us focus on our mission over here. We're really, really grateful for all that they do. I'm the general manager. We do electrical construction from very low voltage construction, meaning communications, fiber optic, copper telephone lines, to high voltage installing the pole and lines that you see out there. What's that telephone lines right behind you? I'm still in the Army right now, 28 year. It's a E9 and it's Command Sergeant Major. It's the highest anyone can get as an enlisted soldier.
When we get the house built, one of our big priorities was to have the tar patch, so we can have our food supply. That way we will be self-sufficient. Don't have to depend on getting rice from the store. And you know, that's fresh and healthy for our kids to eat.
I don't define success in as far as how much money you have. I define success as how much you can contribute to humanity. Marcy and I will continue to do whatever we can to contribute to our community here, community back home. My friend and I had a project we started in Fataray. It's a computer system in school. We set up a server, where we download everything that we could think of, educational, medical, into a server. And then we made it where the kids can go Google if they will, even if you want to. We're gonna dry dock the canoe and get it seaworthy to go out there, and so we can all go out there and ride the canoe, and we can teach the young ones. We gotta teach them how to do that. And we all have the talent and the skill over here to do that. At this time, I'd like to invite everybody to please stand while we welcome our graduates into the stage. Our ultimate goal is to go back home and go live and help.
Cover your other eye, please.
Other eye?
Mm-hmm. And what is the most that you see there?
I find my job fulfilling. I work as an optometrist here in Phoenix, Arizona.
There you go. Cover your left eye.
Left eye?
Mm-hmm.
Left eye.
I remember this one patient in his 60s. He came in and he was just screaming in excruciating pain, really, really high pressure in his eyes. And I remember feeling so helpless at that time because I was just a student. It made me think of back home, like how many people have to go through this, yet there's really no available care to help them. I was born and raised in Chuk, Onwara. I went through public school for the first 6 years of my life, and then I went to Saram in Chuk for 4 years. I graduated from Saram. I was the first graduate. Seems like a long time ago. I pursued science so that I could teach. I thought that I wanted to be a teacher. My goal at that time was to finish COM and go back home to Saram and Chuk, where I was going to teach for the rest of my life. At the end of my year at COM, there was a scholarship that was offered, but the only way I could get that scholarship if I pursued a 4-year degree. I finished my bachelor degree within 2 years here in Arizona at Grand Canyon University.
This is something they wrote up about me. Always has a smile on your face, considerate, never disrespectful.
I remember I got to the airport and I was like, okay, now what? I don't know anybody here. How do I get from here to my school? Coming from Chuk, not knowing how much money I had, I didn't have much. I realized that I needed to find work. Throughout the 2 years that I was at Grand Canyon, I actually had to have 2-3 jobs at one time to get me by. A miracle by grace of God, I made it through.
Happy birthday to you.
What's going on? Look.
Growing up, I was always very passionate about Chuk. I would sometimes talk about Chuk and I would cry because that's how much I love my state. While I was in school, I actually volunteered some of my money. I made over 500 t-shirts and I just put symbol of Chuk State, cheap hoops, support our youth. Those shirts sold very successfully. I was actually able to collect more than $6,000 just selling the t-shirts, and all that money that was collected, I just sent it back home. My message to the Micronesian kids is not to think of their background to use it as an excuse to limit themselves. I know I didn't really dream when I was at COM. I didn't really see beyond, and I think it was because I never really imagined that there was anything possible beyond that world of mine.
Okay, thank you.
Just follow your dream and everything else will fall into places.
We're in a foreign land. We just gotta do the best we can do. In Hawaii, I'm starting to notice there's a lot of discrimination. When I'm asked about my ethnicity, and when I tell them that I'm Micronesian, a lot of times they're gonna pull back. And the first question that they always ask me is, how did you get up there? Because they're used to Micronesians doing the kind of work that they don't want to do. I'm the Security Assistant Director, Star Protection Agency, and I deal mostly with clients, building managers, property managers, discipline for officers, supervisors, down the line. It's the biggest locally owned company in Hawaii. I've been working for that company for about over 20 years now. I felt that I kind of opened up the door to all Micronesians that are looking for security work, especially for our company. We do have a lot of Koshans, some Chukis, Marshallese, few Yapis. Originally I'm from Malam, Koshai. I graduated from Malam Elementary School in 1979. Then I went over to Pat's High School, which is in Pohnpei. Then went to Palau, the Micronesian Occupational College. I was really impressed with the U.S. military. When they opened up for Micronesians to join, I went and signed up for the Marines. I felt that that's where all the challenge was at, physically.
Put a security on the windows.
Right after infantry school, I went to 29 Palms. That's my station, and was deployed from there to the Philippines, actually to Okinawa. The discipline that I learned from there is like my driving force. I am a lay minister in our church, the Protestant church. The one thing that keeps me here is the number of people that are Koshayan families that come to Hawaii and are stuck, no place to stay. With what I have and the place that I live in and the work that I do, I'm able to contribute to the community. And that's one thing that keeps me from changing my plans and moving out of Hawaii. Community is very important to me because community is like family.
This blog, Islander in America, will feature islanders living outside of the Micronesia region on a regular basis, focusing on island living in Honolulu and beyond. The name of my website is Islander in America. I make sure that I also talk about where Micronesia is. I also talk about what kind of experiences that these people went through. They're looking for a better life for themselves and for their family. Work, health reasons. Yes, they want to come here and get better medical attention. Number 3 is education, and they always say that they want to come here, provide a better education for their kids. The thing that is really floored me is that when they realize where I'm from, and they're like, wow, you speak very well for a Micronesian. Something is wrong being a Micronesian. This is Aloha land, but sometimes it doesn't feel like Aloha here. I help some women with their application for work. Email address, working, and some time we have to apply online. My husband and I, we came here mainly because he wanted to go to school here. Both of us quit our jobs back home and we just picked up and left. When we arrived, we only had our luggage. The struggle is money because I wasn't working, my husband wasn't working. It's a new place. It's not like Maluk, my village. You can easily go out and get the banana off the banana tree, and that's your dinner. Here, you have to go out and buy almost everything. So it was really hard because there was no money for us at that time. We were very fortunate because I had so many network of friends. So by the time I got here, some people found out that I'm here and they said, oh, we want to sublease this apartment to you so you and your husband can stay there. The importance of having the right people, they helped me out so much. My job, they call me the fiscal administrator for the Children's Healthy Living Program for the freely associated states jurisdiction. Easily. By the time it's paid, we just simply put in the check number and the date and the amount. I've never considered here as home. Pohnpei is home for me. I would love to go back anytime. And if I have a job that is waiting for me, I would go in a second. When you arrive in America, don't be so pressured to do something to impress. Keep it simple. Live simple because you don't really need to have all these other things. If you would gather a debt, it should be in school. Having a really good support group is also very important. And I noticed how hard for us Micronesians to talk about our feelings, especially our struggles. My husband said that I'm the crazy Micronesian woman riding the bike in Honolulu. I said, I like that.
Neck up, neck up, neck up. Close your eyes, close your nose, close your ears.
Me growing up on Ifalut, if there's a family that needs help with their roof, it's the whole village. They got to participate, contribute. The whole village come and make the repairs on that family's roof. Here, we practice the same philosophy. We help people out. We get involved in the community, and whatever needs to be done, we participate. That's the island way of doing things.
If you guys are around, yeah, we'd like to see you guys too.
When I first come out here, I feel relieved when I know Serpian. He came and visited because we don't know what to do. We don't know anybody. We don't have a job. We don't have a house. Their door, it's always open for us.
We got some taro there. Yeah. Good. Let's do this.
Many different origins, but one family in your name.
Amen.
All right.
Okay, let's go at it.
We try and help each other out in any way. If it means money, we will we'll help each other out that way.
Got a little bit of our
6, 7.
Yeah, we have our calendar.
Because I'm the first one here in Dallas area, I have a place, I have something to offer. When our people come into town or they come through Dallas, we help them out. It's been a launching place for not only my family members and my nephews and nieces, but for others too. I started this out, now they're being established, they're repeating the same cycle. They are doing the same thing that I was doing for them. And that's our culture.
Island way. Island way.
I grew up on the ocean. Navigation is part of me. It's part of my upbringing. My dad was a navigator. And I would sail with him and my brothers at times, and that's where I kind of pick up a little bit about navigation and became very interested in it. I'm the smallest of 5 boys in my family. My older brothers, when they're sitting down with our uncles and our father in the evening, I'm always tagging along, trying to soak everything up I can on traditional knowledge. And I went to high school in Ulithi at the Outer Islands High School, graduated in 1979. I went to East Texas State University. I majored in biology and I took chemistry. I was preparing to be a doctor so I can go back and help the people. It didn't turn out. My girlfriend and my wife now, we finished college together and decided to move to Dallas, so this is where we start out. I work for Hensley Industries. We are a steel foundry. We provide ground engagement tools for earth-moving equipment. I'm in charge of quality control area. I have 10 people under me. They are in charge of incoming inspection. Our goal as a company is to be the #1 heavy equipment manufacturer in the world. I have done some traveling to China, Indonesia, Brazil. My wife and I both believe that we need to teach our kids not only this culture that we are in now, but also the culture that we came from. We want them to learn the Mexican culture.
And from Hawaii, they sent lace. Those are fresh lace from Hawaii that she's wearing.
And that's the same with me. I want them to learn my culture. I still hold a passport for FSM. I've thought about becoming a U.S. citizen. I'm still holding out.
Bacon, some papas. Whenever we have gatherings, we gather here at the house, mainly here at the house or in a big place because there's so many of us. His family and my family have always commented to us how it is really good because they see how close we are. There's a picture in the house that shows with my daughter's quinceañera last year the mixture of cultures that we have in my family. And that's what we do here in this house. We just don't have the two cultures. We have it's a melting pot here.
There's nothing wrong with bringing the island culture here. Just be yourself and be a good neighbor to others.
Papitas are fun. Everything is papitas in this. Yeah, it's really potatoes, but then papitas.
If we don't help our own people, who will? I came here to take care of my dad. He's a dialysis patient here in Honolulu. He came for a checkup and he never went back because it was already critical. He's on dialysis for over 10 years now. I'm from a really, really tiny island in Chuuk called Lukunor. I think it's an enchanted, beautiful island. I went to Honolulu Community College. After that, I went to UH Manoa. I first majored in criminal justice and then political science. I wanted to go into law, but as I was studying, I didn't have the heart to defending criminals and letting them go. So I was really thinking of going into the police force. I served over 10 years in the CNMI police force. I was a minority there, not only because I'm a female, also because I'm Chuukese. I came here to take care of my dad. And I gave up my career as a police officer in Saipan to do that. I was thinking that's all I'm gonna do is take care of that, but the need was very great, and at that time my father was very involved in the community organization, and he literally pushed me in that direction and take me to every meeting and show me what's going on in the community.
And my hope and dream in all of this is that there will be no different tier of healthcare and services for our Cuba citizens here in Hawaii and the United States.
Governor Lincoln administration decided that in order to save money, they were gonna cut off some of the assistance that were given to the Micronesians and put us on a different health insurance that's called Basic Health Hawaii. And with that Basic Health Hawaii, it literally cuts down the doctor's visit to 10 visits a year. And I knew that it's not gonna work for many of our communities because they're not healthy. Just with my father alone, his visit is, in 1 week, is more than 4 visits because he goes to dialysis 3 times a week. He meets his doctor for physical checkup. My father testified and said that if they move forward with the Basic Health Hawaii, that's like a death sentence for him. We knew we had to do something. We even go into the governor's office, and the elder women, they started to sing, and they told them to be quiet. And you know, they sang softly. They were just singing community songs that keeps us together and makes us strong. I wear many hats. I work for Kukuakali Valley Clinic as a community organizer. I'm the vice chairman for the Micronesian Health Advisory Coalition and advisor to Micronesian Community Network. A lot of the activities that we do in our organizations are not paid activities. We do them voluntarily because we know that it's for the good of our community. We teach language service, we go to the farm on Wednesdays, we do outreach in the community. I really try to focus on is the need of the community. At that moment, what their need is, and I try to figure out how to navigate the system for them. Struggling and surviving is success in itself. It's being able to provide for your family and community that's success for me.
you guys? Is our new water hose? Yeah.
How much money you can buy me? $1,000?
Let me, I'll call you, yeah. Call me later today. We'll figure it out. Okay. All right. We can figure it out, yeah. Looking for a job in the newspaper, and I saw this ad that they were looking for a landscaper. I was with this company for about 5 years. I was thinking that I want to go in and ask for a raise, you know. I think I was making $4.50 an hour, and I want 50 cents more to make $5 an hour. And they were telling me that, they could find somebody else who do the same thing that I was doing. So that's when I decided to do it myself. How are the electricians? Good job, eh? About 3 years ago, I got a call to come to Lanai, see if we could help them out here. We're into the landscaping here, construction, maintenance. It's almost anything that they need in the landscaping. We're on 4 islands now in Hawaii. We're in the Big Island, Honolulu, Maui, and now we're here in Lanai. And we have about 240 some employees.
Guys, we work with lots of landscape construction companies all over the United States, and I'd say this group is one of the top groups that we work with.
I have about 80 of Micronesians working with me. Outer island of Yap, we've got Chukis, Palawan, Ponapan, Marsalis. I think the whole, all the states in Micronesia. And they're not scared of hard work because we grew up with no equipment, just a shovel or whatever that we got. We always come up with ways to do the project. In Honolulu, one of the bigger jobs that we did was the Disney resort at Ko'olina. I went bankrupt when I first started, but I just felt that if you have the fire in you and you believe in what you're doing, you're not hurting anybody in what you're doing, and you have the passion to go, that I pick myself up and go. But on the way, everybody's always helping me out. So that's kind of the way I feel right now, is that I want to return all of that. The thing I saw in Kona is that I'm having all these Micronesian working with me, and I know that they live in tight areas, apartments and stuff, and because in Kona with public park, there's hardly any. It's not enough places for everybody. And I was fortunate enough to have the farm there. I'm leasing the land from the state. Most of my workers, they all love to play sports after work. And so first thing we did was we built a basketball court. Then we built a hut there, and that was a big thing too. It kind of brought us back to home on how we can build a hut, how we can weave the leaves and all of that. So I believe in community. I measure my success by what I have given back and what I see on the faces.
When I first came here, I was the only Micronesian. That was 39 years ago. Today I see a lot. I hope you guys continue to recognize our culture. Thank you.
When I started this July 4th celebration in 1989, get together and play game and celebrate. And Bona Bay, baseball is our main sports there. So I decided I'll try baseball, softball, and it worked.
Let's go, let's go.
When I first came here, I was the first Micronesian. Nobody knows where Micronesia was. I try to describe that I'm from a tiny island east of Hawaii. They all call me that I'm from Hawaii because they don't know where Micronesia is. They treat me like more Hawaiian. Yes. Most of these people that live here in Salem, they first contacted me and see how they're gonna come here. They recognize me because I'm the oldest here, and they call me their dad. One thing that really surprised me, the number of Micronesians that pour into mainland.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Some Chukis, Marshallese, Palauans, Yapis, and Panapans. Castaro Mudong was one of the ones that were here earlier. No, we look at him as one of our elders, or maybe the only one that's been here for so long.
Yeah, this is the place. Yeah. This is where we cook a pig. I'm doing very well among all the Micronesians here. They look at the way I live and how I acquire all the things that I have here, and it encourages them. Some of them, they're trying to buy a house. I attended grade school in Bona Bay and high school. After graduating from high school, I became very interested in law enforcement. I didn't have any title, so I said, well, I'll join law enforcement, the police department. Maybe I would make a difference. Maybe they would respect me. And I like the uniform, though. I joined Bona Bay Police Department, where I worked my way up to became chief of police. After 2.5 years, I decided I wanted to pursue my education. And I chose Western Oregon State University. And attended and graduated with my master in correctional administration. I got hired by the Department of Correction here in Oregon. And I worked for them for 27 years. And now, retired, live in Salem, Oregon. I have 20 grandkids and 3 great-grandkids. That's one thing I always stress to my kids. Education is very important to you here in the United States. In order to achieve your goal, you have to have good education. Work toward your goal. Find a job and work hard. You know, I work hard. That's why I got to the point where I am. You know, you can see around my house, there's flowers. Ponapen, they like multi-color, colorful thing. You know, that identify Ponapen. I still have my Ponapen culture with me, inside me, yes.